Keep going up strong. That was good. I know she can.
Credit to Angel Reese, who has mastered the whisper game.
There's something about Angel Reese that always gets people talking, whether it's her dominance on the court, her over-the-top celebrations, or the endless controversies she finds herself in. She has mastered the art of making every game feel like an event. But this time, she may have taken it a step too far. Reese has never been shy about making a statement, but after her latest antics, fans and critics alike are calling her out like never before. From flexing on defenders to mocking the crowd and pulling off one of the most ridiculous stunts we've ever seen, she turned what should have been a career-defining performance into yet another spectacle. But the backlash isn't just about one game, it's about a pattern of drama and contradiction that follows her everywhere. In the latest matchup of the Unrivaled 3-on-3 league, she put up a massive stat line, 22 points and 21 rebounds, leading her team, the Rose City Basketball Club, to victory over the Lunar Owls. For once, it seemed like she was letting her game do the talking. No unnecessary drama, just basketball at its purest. For a moment, it looked like she was turning a corner, proving she could shine at the professional level without the theatrics that have often overshadowed her talent. Her game was undeniable, and anyone watching had to admit, this was the kind of performance that made her a household name in college. She wasn't just on the court to play, she was there to dominate. And she did. Reese had every reason to walk off the court with her head held high. She had outplayed her competition, silenced doubters, and delivered the kind of game that could shift narratives. She had the perfect opportunity to bask in the moment and let the win speak for itself. But that's not who Angel Reese is. Instead of soaking in the victory and moving on, she took the microphone and delivered an emotional monologue about how hard her life is, how much negativity she faces, and how difficult it is to keep pushing forward. Her words carried weight. There's no doubt that being a high-profile athlete, especially a young black woman in the spotlight, comes with immense pressure. But coming from Reese, it felt contradictory. This is the same player who has openly embraced the role of the villain, who has said time and time again that she thrives off criticism. She has built her brand around being unapologetic, unfazed, and fearless. Yet, here she was, playing the victim, asking for sympathy in a moment where she had every reason to stand tall and own her success. Trash talk is a fundamental part of sports, and Angel Reese has never shied away from it. Whether it was her infamous "you can't see me" gesture toward Caitlin Clark in the NCAA championship, or her constant back and forth with opponents, she has never been one to back down from a verbal battle. Against the Lunar Owls, she kept that same energy. She flexed, taunted, and made sure everyone knew she had just dominated. She even mocked their signature celebration. When the Lunar Owls win, they chant "Hoodie Who," a rallying cry for their squad. Reese took their chant and threw it back at them, making it clear that she had the last laugh that night. And that's fine. If you dish it out, you should be able to take it. But that's exactly where the issue with Reese lies. She doesn't take it well when it comes back her way. The same player who thrives off negativity suddenly finds it unfair when the tables turn. You can't have it both ways. If you want to be the villain, you have to own it completely. That means standing firm when the hate comes your way, not crumbling and delivering tearful speeches about how hard it is to live your life. The greatest sports villains, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and even LeBron James at times, embraced the role without constantly switching between confidence and complaints. Angel Reese is undoubtedly talented, and nights like this prove that she belongs on a big stage. When she's locked in, she's a force on the court. But the inconsistency in her approach, one moment being the tough, unapologetic star, and the next moment playing the victim, makes it hard to fully buy into her persona. She wants to be remembered as a game changer, someone who helped elevate women's basketball to new heights. And she's right in saying that it's not just about one person. Many players, from Caitlin Clark to Aaliyah Boston to Arike Ogunbowale, have contributed to the rise of the game. But if Reese truly wants to cement her legacy, she has to decide who she wants to be. Does she want to be the player who dominates with her game and lets her performance speak for itself? Or does she want to be the character who leans into the drama, knowing that it brings attention but also criticism? Because right now she's caught between two personas, and that inconsistency is holding her back from being fully respected. Reese had every right to celebrate. Athletes are supposed to show emotion, and nobody should be forced into robotic humility after a big win. Trash talk and showmanship are part of sports, and Reese has built her brand on being unapologetically bold. That's what makes her polarizing. You either love her confidence or think she takes it too far. But no matter what, you have an opinion on her, and that's exactly how she wants it. However, this wasn't just about celebrating. This was Reese taking things a step further, taunting the opposing fans, mocking the Lunar Owl's signature "Hoodie Who" chant, and making sure she was at the centre of the post-game conversation. It was classic Angel Reese, turning a simple win into a full-blown show. Let's be real, if Caitlin Clark, Brianna Stewart, or Nafisa Collier did the exact same thing, the backlash would be brutal. Imagine Clark flexing on opposing fans and then delivering a speech about how tough it is to be her. Social media would explode, calling her arrogant, whiny, or worse. But Reese expects to play both roles, the fearless trash talker and the misunderstood victim, all at once. That's not how it works. If you're going to be the loudest voice in the room, you have to own it when the noise comes back your way. Villains in sports don't ask for sympathy. Kobe Bryant never gave tearful speeches about how hard it was to be doubted. Michael Jordan didn't beg for people to appreciate him, they just kept winning. If Reese truly wants to lean into that bad guy persona, she has to stop switching gears the second things get uncomfortable. Reese's contradictions weren't just with the crowd, they were with her own team. At one point, she was caught on camera screaming at her head coach, trying to convince them to challenge a foul call. Her coach's response? A clear and audible, calm down, calm down. That's not leadership, that's losing control. A fiery personality is one thing, but there's a line between passion and making yourself bigger than the game. Reese constantly walks that line, and more often than not, she steps over it. Instead of focusing on the next play, she makes sure everyone knows she's the main character. Then there's her latest contradiction, her comments about her WNBA salary. In a recent interview, Reese casually dismissed her earnings, saying, "I just hope you'll know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills." It was an offhand remark, but it instantly sparked backlash. For years, WNBA players have fought for better salaries and respect in professional basketball. Reese, who just entered the league, is already making it clear that she's not dependent on it financially, thanks to her NIL deals and outside opportunities. This year alone, Reese has reached heights that few athletes, let alone 22-year-olds, can claim. She's graced the cover of Vogue magazine, an achievement that speaks to her cultural impact beyond the game. Her face is on McDonald's bags and cups, thanks to the Angel Reese special, a collaboration that proves her marketability stretches far beyond basketball. And before 2023 even ended, her Unapologetically Angel podcast was recognised as one of Spotify's best new shows of the year. That's fine, she has every right to maximise her earnings, but it also raises the question, if the WNBA is just a side gig for her, how invested is she really? It's another example of her saying one thing and then contradicting it later. If she truly wants to be respected as a leader in the women's game, dismissing the WNBA's financial structure isn't the best look, especially when so many players before her have fought to improve it. Whether she admits it or not, Reese's notoriety is tied to Caitlin Clark. When LSU won the national championship, she didn't celebrate with her teammates first, she made it personal with Clark. She mocked Clark's "you can't see me" taunt, and ensured the post-game discussion was about their rivalry rather than LSU's championship win. From that moment on, Reese's brand was set. The outspoken, polarizing star playing opposite the clean-cut, workaholic sharpshooter in Clark. But here's the difference. Clark is in the gym, putting up 1,000 shots. Reese is online, making sure her latest tweet gets engagement. Clark lets her game speak for itself. Reese makes sure there's always an extra layer of drama. Reese's problem isn't talent. She's a great player. It's not even her personality. Sports need big characters. The issue is that she's juggling 3 different careers at once: a basketball player. When she locks in, she can dominate, as she proved in the Unrivaled League. Influencer, she's as much a brand as she is a hooper, with social media engagement and endorsements that keep her relevant beyond the court. Controversy queen. Every game turns into another chapter of the Angel Reese saga, where she's both the star and the misunderstood hero. At some point, she's going to have to decide which one she wants to be known for. Because right now, no matter how well she plays, the conversation is still more about what she said how she acted, or who she beefed with, rather than her actual game. So where does Angel Reese go from here? Does she finally embrace being the villain and lean all the way in? Or does she step back, mature, and focus on letting her game be the reason people talk about her? Because right now she's not proving that she's an all-time great. She's proving that no matter how well she plays, the drama will always come first. And if that's what she wants, fine. But villains don't beg for sympathy. If she really wants to be that girl, she needs to own it. All of it. What do you think? Is Angel Reese just being passionate, or is she taking things too far? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video, because trust me, there's always another chapter in the Angel Reese show.